All right, everyone's in a raucous mood this morning. Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. If I could ask you to take your seats. We have a wonderfully raucous crowd this morning. Thank you all so much. The August 6th meeting of the City Council is called to order. This meeting has been properly noticed and posted in compliance with the open meeting law. These proceedings are being video recorded and can be viewed live on City of Las Vegas TV on Cox Cable Channel 2. You could also watch the meeting live online and access other city content by visiting lasvegasnevada.gov/connect. The proceedings will be rebroadcast on City of Las Vegas TV the Wednesday of the meeting at 8 p.m. and also on Friday at 4 a.m., Saturday at 7 p.m., Sunday at 7 a.m. and the following Monday at 5 p.m. This building is protected by a state-of-the-art fire detection and suppression sprinkler system. If alarms should activate during today's meeting, please evacuate using the exits at the back of the chambers out to the mezzanine, proceed out the double doors to the terrace and down the back staircase. For anybody that has trouble with stairs, please check with the marshal or fire officials for assistance. Once outside, assemble on the northeast corner across the street from City Hall at Lewis and First Street. Employees wearing safety vests or our city marshals will inform you when it is safe to re-enter the building. For public comment related to the items on the agenda, citizen participation, and public hearing items, we have available a speaker card which you can complete and submit to the city clerk. Cards are available in the city clerk's office or at the rear of the chambers. If you do not submit a card, it does not prevent you from speaking under public comment, citizens participation, or specified public hearing items. If there is anyone present today that is in need for hearing impaired equipment, please see the city clerk staff. Please note, if you are parked in the parking garage across the street, a self-validation machine is located in the foyer between City Council chambers and the security desk you walk through in order to enter these chambers. You must have your ticket with you to use the machine. If you do not have your ticket, see security personnel while exiting for a validation coupon. Before we proceed with the agenda, would everybody Is he here? Okay, very good. Before we proceed with the agenda, would everyone please rise for the invocation given by Dr. Brijesh Vervel, Hindu and Jain Temple of Las Vegas, and remain standing for the pledge, which I will ask him to lead for us. Welcome. Nice to see you.
Thank you. So, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So now, I am chanting Sanskrit mantras. So I request to everyone pray to God. Hari Om Om Bhadarang Karane Bhijarenu Deva Bhadaram Vasiyema Kshabhirjajatara Sthirairangaisthushto vaggosastano virvyase mahide vahitanjadayu shataminno sharado andhideva jataranaschakarajarasan tanunamma Putaraso jatara pitaro bhavante mano madhyari rikhata yurganto vishvani deva savitaddurita niparasuva jadabhadarantanna asuva Om Shanti, 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 Sushantirbhavatu, Sarvarishta, Sarva, Upadrava, Santirastu. May all be prosperous and happy. May all be freedomless. May all experience goodness. May no one suffer. This is the meaning of this whole Sanskrit mantra. Om, peace, peace, peace. God give us good health, good wealth, and peaceful life. Thank you, everyone, and
Thank
God
you.
bless you all. Thank you.
Doctor, would you lead with me the Pledge of Allegiance? We'll do the pledge right now. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd now like to invite my fellow city council members to move to the podium for our ceremonials. Hello, Congressman. Nice to see you. We're so happy to have you today. This is the ceremonial portion of our meeting, and today's City Councilwoman Alan Polensky has the honor of presenting both of our items. So at this time, I will turn the microphone over to the most esteemed councilwoman from Ward 4, Nancy. Frances Allen Polensky.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's always a joy when we come together to celebrate someone who truly makes a difference in our community. This morning, I have the honor of recognizing a very special person. Her name is Mary Fairhurst, and she's our Citizen of the Month from Ward 4. Mary, come on down. Mary is the kind of person that every neighbor wishes they had. As president of the Neighborhood Preparedness Team in Sun City, Summerlin, she has gone above and beyond in keeping our community safe, informed, and connected. I want to point out that this is a completely voluntary role. Mary gives of her time, energy, and her heart without receiving a paycheck. She does it because simply she cares. For those that may not know, one of the most impactful things Mary has done just recently is help launch the Knox Box program in Sun City, Summerlin. And this is a Knox Box. The Knox Box is a secure system that allows first responders, specifically firefighters, to access a home quickly in case of emergency, especially when no one is able to lock the door. The Knox Box has been used in commercial buildings in Southern Nevada for over 25 years successfully. But throughout the United States, this is the first time they've ever been used for residential purposes. Mary didn't just help organize the program, she got personally involved. She drove to residents' homes to get help and have extra sets of keys made. An extra key goes inside the lock. And only the fire department has the key to access. She made sure that paperwork was filled out correctly for residents and followed up with residents who had questions. and many residents had questions. She doesn't do this for recognition. She does it because she cares deeply about her neighbors and her community. Mary truly represents the spirit of service, and we are so lucky to have her in Ward 4. Mary, thank you for everything you do. You make Sun City Summerlin a better place, a more safe place, and a caring place for all of us. Please join me in congratulating our Citizen of the Month, Mary Fairhurst. We'd like to have you say a few words.
Okay. First, I would like to thank Councilwoman Frances Ellen Polensky and her staff. I'm honored to receive this award. This recognition is not just a personal achievement, but a testament to the collective spirit of our wonderful Sun City Summerlin community. My husband and I feel fortunate to be a part of Sun City Summerlin. Of all the places we've lived, this is by far the best, and we are grateful to have found our home here. This award is not just for me. It is everyone who worked alongside, supported the team, shared the vision, and contributed their time and energy to make our community a better place. I was fortunate to meet Sherry Alberts and Rose Varani Cooksey, who joined me as vice presidents with NPT, our neighborhood preparedness team, and their involvement was like rocket fuel to the organization. Sherry is my right hand in everything NPT, and she took the lead role in an idea I had after I helped a 103-year-old woman in our community who was living alone. We developed and implemented a Living Well Expo and services and support as you age, and our hearts melted when one resident said to Sherry that one of the services we connected her to will, quote, change my life. Rose took on the Neighborhood Watch program, which NPT coordinates with LVMPD. We started well over 50 watches and restarted others over just the last couple of years. NPT has incredible support from our executive director, Mitzi Mills, and the entire administration, including all of the HOA board members. One of our biggest supporters is Dick Clark, an HOA past president and current board member who is here today. And another great supporter is his wife, Beth Clark, who is also here today, and we're happy that this year Beth joined us on our NPT Board of Directors as our treasurer. In March 2023, NPT hosted our first big event to calm the community after we had an attempted murder. The Clark County DA and the captain of Summerlin Area Command calmed the community with real-world advice to protect residents in the community going forward. NPT offers fire safety and prevention education annually for our residents, and we have huge attendance at things like active assailant training with LVMPD. We started an outdoor event called Sun City Night Out with food, music, and entertainment. But the important part is our community partners in preparedness. We're happy that this year the Knox Box program will be part of Sun City Night Out, and we're expecting a large crowd. I have worked closely with Sarah Burke in the Ward 4 office, and it has been absolutely awesome to work with someone and collaborate with someone who is so great. I hope that this award serves as a reminder that collective effort, individual contribution, and support can make impactful changes to our community. I hope this inspires everyone to support one another and contribute their unique talents to make our community even better. Thank you once again for this incredible honor. I know that all of us at NPT are committed to continuing our service to our community and inspiring others to do the same. Thank you.
And if I could just give a shout out to Mitzi Mills, the Executive Director of Sun City Summerlin HOA Association. We're so proud to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
First of all, congratulations. We're all very, very happy that you've been recognized in this way. And I want you to know, although I am sure I do not have to tell you how supportive your councilwoman is of all the things that you are doing to make Sun City an even more fabulous place to live. And I'm just delighted that we're all part of Francis's honoring today because it is very well deserved. And we're very happy with the program and very happy with the Sun City residents. And after we take a picture, maybe everybody here from Sun City can come and take a picture with us, if that would be okay with you. All right, let's do this. Oh, did you need this to?
They want the seal and the food.
May we have everybody that's here from Sun City come and join us?
Come on in.
Everybody.
We don't buy them
Too late. Okay, everybody, bar mitzvah photo. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming all the way down. Just having the opportunity to recognize an outstanding citizen of the month, I am now truly honored to continue this momentum with today's ceremonial. This next recognition is one I am particularly excited about because it highlights an organization that has made a lasting impact on economic growth. Under its leadership, President Peter Guzman. The Latin Chamber of Commerce has been a champion for Hispanic-owned businesses, for education, and for empowerment of our next generation of leaders across Las Vegas. What better way to celebrate this than with a musical performance that reflects the pride, energy, and vibrancy of the Latina community. Please join me in welcoming our incredibly talented performers. If members of the council could go sit down in the front.
Oh, and they're going to come.
Yes.
Lovely.
Come on down. Oh, thank you, Jace. Thanks for coming. There's no seat, so I'm. President Guzman's vision and dedication has helped the Chamber grow into much more than a business resource center. It's a place where leaders and development happens and voices are uplifted. And when you honor a guy like Peter, he rolls really deep. And everybody in this room is an important person. We've got Seabach, we've got Hibbets, Kasama, Swadib, everybody shows up, Bobby Ellis, everybody shows up for Peter, including our very own United States Congressman Stephen Horsford. Come on up and say a few words, Stephen. Go Wolfpack.
Well, good morning. That's some way to start a council.
Typical day at City Hall.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and to the council. Thank you, Councilwoman Alan Polinsky, for your phenomenal leadership and the honor today. I couldn't think of a better place to be, and it's great to be home, to be with all of you, to celebrate the Latin Chamber of Commerce this morning. I want to thank Peter, President Guzman, for his phenomenal leadership and shepherding the legacy of our dear friend, Otto Moreta. Congratulations. You founded this organization back in 1976, and next year marks 50 years that the Latin Chamber of Commerce has been enriching the lives here in Southern Nevada. That is a testament and a testimony. I see the emotion, Peter, because you know it hasn't always been easy. And I have had the opportunity to work with this great organization over the years, and I can truly say their impact is immeasurable. This organization helps to cultivate talent through scholarships and leadership training. Each investment that is made is life-changing and helps to elevate our entire community. The Latin Chamber of Commerce helps to support small businesses directly. In fact, one of the resources that we helped to bring was the Valley Center Opportunity Zone to help small businesses in particularly underserved neighborhoods outperform their competition. And the Latin Chamber of Commerce helps families make ends meet by making and helping to meet caretaker needs. Their senior support allows workers to earn their living without worrying that their aging loved ones are vulnerable and alone. These are just some of the impacts that the Latin Chamber of Commerce has made. So I truly mean it when I say that your success is a success for the entire community of Southern Nevada, and in fact, the entire state of Nevada. So I wanted to be here to join with the mayor and the council in recognizing your phenomenal leadership and your legacy, and we are excited for what the next 50 years will continue to bring. Congratulations, and God bless you.
Thank you, Congressman, for joining. Someone mentioned to me that Senator Bryan is in the house. Senator Bryan?
there.
Senator Bryan, we always have to acknowledge you. You've done so much. Your legacy is very, very held tightly here at the city. You passed the Southern Nevada Lands Act 20 years ago, 25 years ago, and your legacy of parks and trails in Southern Nevada. Everybody up here, all 7 of us, thank you for everything you've done. And now, I would like to invite President Peter Guzman to the podium to share a few words. Oh, you're right, you're right. Mr. Riggleman, will you cue the video for us?
We embrace entrepreneurship. Latinos make the United States of America great.
mission hasn't changed. I think it was important to be able to have develop contacts, to have be able to get involved in politics, and to be able to develop businesses.
We love the chamber, but they're also a wonderful friend of ours. Through thick and thin, they've been there. They partner with us. They share the ideas of you as members. And so it was my pleasure when Peter called and said, hey, would you do this? The answer is an immediate yes.
We are a center, the backbone, you could say, of this community. I think politicians and individuals have to count on us in order to be able to be effective in this community.
Diversity is our strength, Mr. Guzman. Come on up. Say a few words. Otto, you too. Right here.
I'm going to try to do this without choking up. Good morning, Mayor Berkeley, esteemed members of the Las Vegas City Council, and of course a special thank you to a fierce fighter of small business who has proven to me and stood with me on behalf of small business, Councilwoman Francis. Thank you. Wow, I didn't know everybody was going to show up like this. On behalf of the Latin Chamber of Commerce, I stand before you today with immense gratitude and pride. On a personal note, this means so much to me. I love the city of Las Vegas. I love the city of Las Vegas so much. It's my heart. To get this award with our founder, legend, Otto Merida, standing next to me, I don't think there's an award I'm ever going to get that's going to mean more than this one. We all owe a debt of gratitude to you, Otto. Whether directly or indirectly, whether people want to say it publicly, personally, or never say it, we all owe you a debt of gratitude. You kicked doors down so that I can now sit at tables that I never imagined I would get to. Our success today could not have happened without your relentless fighting spirit of yesterday. I made you a promise, and I continue that promise as hard as I can. I fail some days, but we have great days. The main reason why I wanted to do this was to continue your legacy, because I promise you your legacy will never die. To the city of Las Vegas, thank you for your continued partnership, your vision, and your unwavering support of our mission to empower and elevate Latino-owned businesses and all small businesses throughout our great city. The Latin Chamber of Commerce has served as a vital resource for our community for over 49 years. And in that time, we have seen firsthand the transformative power of collaboration between civic leadership and the private sector today we thank you for being not just leaders in government, but champions of inclusivity, innovation, and economic opportunity. Our efforts working together to foster a pro-business environment, invest in our underserved neighborhoods, and support programs that uplift minority entrepreneurs have truly paid off. Whether through workforce development initiatives, equitable access to city contracts, or creating safe, vibrant business corridors, we together have helped open doors for countless families and businesses striving for the American dream. The Latin Chamber of Commerce has always believed that when small businesses succeed, communities thrive. And with your help, we are witnessing that progress every day, right here in Las Vegas and in Nevada. Regardless of what we read, we are standing up, fighting for the American dream. We also want to express appreciation for your commitment to diversity and recognition of the contributions that Latino businesses make. We are the fabric of this country. Regardless of what we're reading, we are the fabric of this country, and nobody will convince me otherwise. Over $2 trillion of the economic buying power. Our members feel seen, heard, and valued. And that is a direct reflection of our leadership together and your willingness to work with the most powerful Hispanic business organization in this state. That's the LCC. This award is for all of us, but in particular to my incredible Beatriz, who you did not see in that video because she won't do video. Carlos, I know you're here, does amazing work. Andrea, who's pregnant and couldn't get out of her couch today. Jorge, Carlitos, Maite, killing it. And of course, you know, I know this is gonna be hard to believe. I don't ask for photos. I don't ask for the limelight. Don't even want it. I spent 30 years crushing it in real estate, and nobody knew who the hell I was, and I enjoyed under the radar. But this position required something different. But there's no way that I could do this without my incredible LCC board and ambassadors led by our chairwoman, Sonia Hoya. And I know Debbie, Alex, Walter, Maite, Diana, Jose, Alana. Hope I didn't miss anybody. I'm so honored and proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with you guys. And I hope I'm making you proud, and I promise you that I'm committed to that. To our incredible legal counsel, Carmen, who is some days just the greatest thing that I have, and other days a pain. Because she's a lawyer and a badass one at that. Thank you for giving me the privilege to lead this organization that we all love so much. At the core of who I am, and the reason why I do every single thing I do, it's because of my wife, Mercy, my kids, Giovanni and Tatiana, and I know they're watching. They're all in different places right now. But I love you guys, and I know you're watching. You're my reason. So once again, thank you. We look forward to continuing our work together to ensure that Las Vegas remains not only the entertainment capital of the world, but a shining example of what true partnership means between government, community, and private sector. We can achieve all of our goals together. Otto, once again, thank you for all you've done. Continue to do. You're my consigliere. You're the man I call when I need answers, when I'm lost. You're the first call I make. And I hope to have that for a long time. Muchas gracias. And may our shared efforts continue to build a stronger, more inclusive Las Vegas for generations to come. Thank you guys so much. Can I get the board and Congressman, everybody wants to take a photo. Come on up.
Peter, before we take more pictures, I love you. You know, I've been here from the beginning when it comes to the Latin Chamber, and several decades ago, I was in-house counsel for the Old Sands Hotel, and Otto and Judge Mendoza came to my office and wanted to start a monthly luncheon series, and so the first several Latin Chamber lunches were at the Old Sands Hotel. Now, in those days, if there were a half a dozen tables, that was a big deal. So on behalf of this entire community, and I say this without fear of contradiction, the future of our community is sitting right here today in City Hall. But now, when I go to the monthly luncheons and see what you have turned this into, it is nothing short of phenomenal. And it reflects the importance of the Latino community in the greater Las Vegas community. We appreciate you. We appreciate everybody that makes Las Vegas a better place to live. As you know, I'm second generation American. When my grandparents came to America, they couldn't speak English. They had no money, they had no skills, and 2 generations later, they have a granddaughter that's the mayor of Las Vegas. Not bad.
That's right.
Not bad. So I suspect there's a lot of future mayors throughout this community, and I look forward to working with them.
There definitely is.
And future governors and the presidents, you never know. So I want to thank you on behalf of the entire City Council for the extraordinary work that you do. And now everybody that's involved with the Latin Chamber, come on up for a picture.
This proclaims the Latin Chamber of Commerce Day today in the city of Las Vegas.
Can we get the podium? I'm gonna fly right over here. Excuse me, pardon me.
Maybe to that side. Oh, that's what MPT is for.
We will be starting our city council meeting in 5 minutes. We'll be starting our city council meeting in 2 minutes. I think we have more people than less. All right, let's do this. No one seems inclined to leave. Thank you.
That's easy to beat her, Peter. Peter brings the party.
Peter. We'll be starting our city council meeting in 1 minute. Yeah, right. Yeah. Thank you, Peter. That was great. Okay, let me get on. Hey, Barbara! I heard things are getting better. Thank you. Will the members of the city council please take their places?
Las Vegas City Council's website, and you can watch council meetings. There's a whole page.
Oh.
It'll always be there. Forever. Las Vegas.
Okay. Bye, Sonny. We're good. Dave, I'm just waiting until people get out. Hello, Judy. I love her.
She loves you.
I know, but boy. She's had so much problems in her life, and she always has a smile, always a wonderful disposition. Not easy. Okay. All right, we're going to begin our city council meeting. Agenda item number 7. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters on the agenda for action. The amount of time any single speaker is allowed may be limited. It will be limited to 2 minutes. All comments made will be cross-referenced to those specific items. If anyone submitted a speaker card or who wishes to speak under this portion of the agenda, please come to the podium and state your name for the record. This is your opportunity to address the council, but the council is not able to respond or engage in dialogue. As I said, we will set the time for 2 minutes. Please be advised that if you have a comment on an issue that is not on the agenda, you must wait till the end of the meeting to be heard. So is there anybody that is going to speak on a specific agenda item?
I do.
All right, well, please state your name for the record.
My name is Eric Melchizedek Christ Nimrod. My noble name Nimrod means valiant, strong in the Hebrew language. You can fact check that in Young's Analytical Concordance to the Bible, page 696. My noble name Nimrod received the slanderous insult of fool and stupid from the Bugs Bunny Daffy Duck cartoons. They always outsmarted Elmer Fudd. Elmer Fudd was the hunter who always hunted them. They called him a Nimrod. So people who consider Nimrod a fool are mentally controlled by the Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck cartoons, because my name means valiant and strong in the Hebrew language. Agenda number 25, I say yes. The Las Vegas Master Mobility Plan update. The July 31st, August 6, 2025, Las Vegas Weekly magazine has on its cover a Zoo X driverless vehicle with the title, "No Driver, No Problem," with an inside article about the Las Vegas Mobility Plan titled, "Nobody Take the Wheel." It speaks highly about the RTC Bus Rapid Transit line on Maryland Parkway and other projects. It's very interesting what's going on. Also, Agenda 63, I say yes. Money for the repairs to the Las Vegas Fire and Rescue Fleet Garage. They run to the danger while people are running from the danger, so they deserve the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Is there anybody else wishing to be heard under this agenda item? Please come forward and state your name.
Yeah, and I want to talk about item 62. So now is the time for that? Am I correct?
Oh, that item has been held in abeyance to be heard at a different council meeting.
Oh.
So this would not be the time for you to speak.
Very good.
It's scheduled for September 3rd.
September 3rd. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Is there anybody else wishing to address the city council? If not, I think we have to wait until, you know what? I'm going to make an exception. Why don't you come this way? Your daughter doesn't have to spend the whole morning here. Phoenix, will you come and join us? Please state your name for the record, and you will have 2 minutes to speak.
Hi, my name is Phoenix, and I would like to talk about safe places.
Speak nice and loud.
Okay. Good morning, City Council members. My name is Phoenix, and I'm 9 years old. I'm here today because I want our city to be even safer for kids like me. Sometimes when something bad happens, like if a kid gets lost or feels scared or being bullied, kids don't always know where to go. That's why I think we need more national safe places sites in our community. And more awareness safe place sites are places like fire stations, libraries, or even some stores where kids can go if they're in trouble. And they know an adult will help them. They have a special sign that shows it's a safe place. Through partnerships with local businesses and government agencies, youth in Southern Nevada can access a safe place site by walking into one of the hundreds of designated locations, hopping on a bus for a free ride to a safe place site, or by calling the toll-free crisis hotline at 1-866-YOU-ARE-SAFE. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Right now, there aren't many safe places near my school or house, or even where my friends live. If there were more, I'd feel much safer knowing there's always somewhere we can go for help. No matter where I am in our city, it would make me and all my friends feel a lot better knowing that if we ever needed to help, it's just a short walk away to a safe place. Could you please help us get some more safe place sites in our community? It would make a really big difference for kids in our community. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much for coming down. We appreciate it. Agenda item number 8 for possible action. Any items from the 9:30 a.m. session that the council, staff, and/or applicant wish to be stricken, tabled, withdrawn, or held in abeyance to a future meeting may be brought forward and acted upon at this time. Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I have a few items to read. Item number 48, Bill number 2025-13. There's a request by staff to strike. Item number 49, Bill number 2025-14. There's a request by staff to strike. 58A through 58C, 25-0264 EOT1, EOT2, and EOT3. Applicant owner is the Golden Apartments LLC on 3.03 acres at the northwest corner of Vegas Drive and Simmons Street. There's an abeyance request by the applicant to the August 20th, 2025 City Council meeting. 59A through 59B, 24-0508 VAR1 ZON1. Abeyance item, public hearing, applicant Champion Resource Group LLC, owner is DFA LLC, west of Harvey Munford Street, approximately 725 feet south of Washington. There's a request by Councilwoman Summers Armstrong to table. Item number 60, 24-0510 ZON1. Abeyance item, rezoning, public hearing, applicant Champions Resource Group LLC. Thank you, sir. Owner is DFA LLC, southwest corner of Washington Avenue and Harvey Munford Street. There's a request by Councilwoman Summers Armstrong to table. Item number 61, 24-0513 VAR1, abeyance item. Applicant is Santos Aguilar. Owner is Leilani Gonzalez Aguiles on .14 acres at 2104 Santa Rita Drive. There's an abeyance request by Councilwoman Diaz for the September 3rd, 2025 City Council meeting. And 62A through 62D, 25-0176 VAR1, VAR2, SUP1, and SDR1. Abeyance item, applicant owner is For Him for Life Incorporated on 4.50 acres at the northeast corner of Harris Avenue and Bruce Street. There's an abeyance request by Councilwoman Diaz for the September 3rd, 2025 City Council meeting, and that will be my motion.
Okay, shall we vote on the motion? Nothing is coming up.
Let me get you back. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. Please, does everybody have a screen?
Councilwoman Bruni, do you want to?
Okay. Okay. Please post if you're able. Motion is passed. Agenda item number 9, for possible action to approve the final minutes by reference of the July 2nd, 2025 regular City Council meeting. Mayor Pro Tem, may I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Move to approve.
Please vote. Post. Motion passes. Agenda item number 10. Items 10 through 38 are on the consent agenda, are considered to be routine, are recommended for approval by the departments, and may be enacted in one motion. Are there any items the council wishes to bring forward?
Madam Mayor, I'd like to pull forward item 14.
All right. Okay.
And if there are no others, I would move to approve the consent agenda.
Please vote. Post. Motion carries. Are we hearing 14 at this time?
If you're okay with
I am okay, and let's get started.
that. Do you want me to read it in?
Yes, please.
Okay. Madam Mayor, item 14 for possible action to approve award of mutual use contract number 250163-RH, crossing guard services using Clark County bid number 607448-25, annual requirements, contract for crossing guard services, Department of Public Works, award recommended to All City Management Services Incorporated, not to exceed $2.4 million annually, total contract value not to exceed $24 million at general fund, and this is for all wards. And Madam Mayor, the reason I asked for this to pull forward is a couple of reasons, and hopefully we've had enough dialogue over the last year. This started last year when Clark County, specifically Commissioner Naft, asked us to look at expanding our crossing guard services for middle schools. I very much appreciate the city's approach as doing their due diligence to make sure that it's a warranted expense. It is expensive. We did 2 pilot studies, and I know this kind of leads into the presentation, but we were waiting for data to come back to demonstrate that those crossing guards at a middle school and a high school do have an impact, and I believe the data suggests that. And so this contract up for award right now is really just for elementary schools, and I wanted to bring this forward to the council to talk about the potential expansion of middle schools and maybe in the future high schools as well. And if it's okay with you, Madam Mayor, I'd turn it over to our
Yes, Public
exclusive and wonderful city team to talk through what data they've learned from.
Thank you very much. Good morning. This is Tanya Kemble, Purchasing and Contracts Manager for the record. I just wanted to state that the contract amount was posted to the agenda at $2.4 million annually. That is incorrect, but unfortunately, when we found out it was incorrect, it had already been posted. We didn't want to pull the contract because if voted upon today, we wanted it in place when school starts. But we will be bringing forward a contract modification with the correct amount to City Council for approval, and my colleague is going to give some other information which could also impact a future contract modification. So without further ado, Joey Paskey, Director of Public Works.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. Joey Paskey, Director of Public Works. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Crossing Guard program here. So the city really continues to implement our Vision Zero action plan, which is aimed on eliminating deaths and serious injuries caused by traffic accidents. And a real big pillar of that is our school crossing guard program and school safety. We really want to make sure that school students are getting to and from school safely. So currently our program is operated at elementary schools. We have up to 287 guards at 72 elementary schools, and we run on an annual budget of $2.877 million. That gets us 182 days of school. Crossing guards work for 2 hours per day, and they're paid just shy of $30 an hour. Las Vegas Metro Police Department ran this program through the 2017-2018 school year, at which time it transitioned to the jurisdictions, county and the cities, to run their program. We've been running ours since then. So how do we place the guards? We don't just put 2 per school, 1 per school, or something like that. We use safety-based criteria in order to determine where the crossing guards should go and how many should go within a particular school zone. Clark County uses similar criteria. We worked with them to develop it so that we're consistent throughout the valley. We use things like roadway frontage. Is the road being directly crossed right in front of the school or not? Things like, what type of school crossing is it? Is there a stop sign? Is there a traffic signal? Is there a marked crosswalk? We look at vehicle speeds. We look at how many vehicles are on the roadway. We look at site visibility, both from a motorist perspective and also from a pedestrian perspective. So a lot of science and safety-based criteria go into our placement of the crossing guards. So a little look at the safety data. Clark County School District started 2023-24 collecting crash incidents in school zones that involve pedestrians, bikes, and scooters. So just to be clear, this is not vehicle-to-vehicle crashes that occur, but these are the crashes year over year that have occurred within the city jurisdiction in school zones during school times. If it was at 11 o'clock at night, that's not included in this information. What this does show is an increase in evidence that we need to place even more attention on making sure our students are safe. A little bit more about this past year's crash data. Most attention to the high incidence schools. The schools that had the most crashes during these times was Garside Middle School with 5, Palo Verde High School also with 5, and Arborview High School with 4. There were 7 others that had over 2 crashes. But crashes are on the rise, and so are the severity. So Councilman Knudsen alluded to our pilot program. One thing we wanted to do before we expanded the program any further was make sure that we were doing that in the right places. So we ran a pilot last year to assess the feasibility and effectiveness of placing guards at both a middle school and a high school. So we placed 2 guards on Tenaya Way at Cimarron Memorial High School and 1 guard on Washington at Gibson Middle School. These were chosen because of past crash data, citizen complaints, the school administration reaching out, and we also did extensive walk audits, which are safety checks where our team went out and walked the entire frontage and identified safety concerns along these. So that's how those were chosen. We ran this from beginning of November through the end of the year and had some really good results. 0 crashes occurred during the school arrivals and departures for both of those, which was down. We increased pedestrian compliance and motorist awareness. So one important part of this is we weren't just using qualitative or quantitative data, we were also using qualitative data. We went out and we talked to the crossing guards, we talked to the students, we talked to the parents, we talked to the school administration, and really got a feel for how they felt the programs were working at both of those, and got really positive feedback through these community surveys. So in our opinion, it was an effective traffic management technique, and it reduced the number of conflicts. So with that, where do we go from here? I believe the data supports a safety need for the expansion of the program if it's possible. The pilot results were definitely promising. And I think we have opportunities to scale this smartly using our data and funding. So one option to expand past just the elementary schools would be to implement at middle schools, which we have 16 middle schools, so it'd be up to 2 per school there. And then increase our high school pilot, so expand from just Cimarron to also include the other 2 highest crash locations, which would have been Arborview and Palo Verde. The schedule impacts to this would be fairly minimal. Sometimes it takes a little bit for the contractor to bring on all of the crossing guards because it's a lot of people to hire all at one time. So we would do a rolling start for something like that. The additional cost to that would be approximately $415,000 for this next school year. And then, economy dependent, maybe plan for a potential budget expansion request to look at all of the high schools in future years. And with that, I'll be happy to take any questions.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions? Before you make a motion? Yes, Joey, are we also talking about, is it our hope and plan to expand to high schools?
Yes, we would like to do that. Again, budget dependent. I think we would like to get the rest of the high schools.
So right
in a future
now,
year, we're not asking for this at this point.
Right, but that's our future goal.
That is our future goal. With this proposal, we would be trying to expand to at least 2 more high schools, though, this year than we had last year.
Is there any other municipality or jurisdiction that is expanding to high schools?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Okay, that's great. I think that's very important. And again, given financial considerations, but I think it's an important goal to be working towards. So we're talking elementary school, middle school, and ultimately high schools as well.
Yep.
All right, thank you so much. Do I hear a motion?
Madam Mayor, I appreciate you and this council for... Sorry, I didn't break anything. I appreciate you and this council for allowing me to talk about this. I know it's important to everyone up here. And Joey, for your team, you're just as much part of the public safety team as our firefighters and our police officers. This is a public safety function, and that is one of the priorities of the City Council. What is the timing I know we're going to move to, well, I'm going to make a motion to approve item number 14 today. What is the timing on bringing those changes back so that we can expand into middle schools?
We would start, I mean, if it was the direction of the council and we had budget to do so, we would start on that right away with all city management, get it done as quickly as they could get it staffed.
Okay. That's my request, if it's okay with this council. And with that, Madam Mayor, I just want to point out, I was at Garside Middle School this morning. It's a brand new school. Those teachers are ready to go. I met with the superintendent this morning at Hancock. It was a grand opening, and it was the first thing we talked about is that our collective role in this community is to protect children, and that would be my first and foremost responsibility and priority. With that, Madam Mayor, I'm grateful to the staff for doing their due diligence, and I would move to approve item number 14.
Please vote. Post. Post.
I tapped it and it didn't go through post.
Motion passes.
I'm all about space.
Okay. We will now hear related items 39 and 43 together. This is a public hearing. Item number 39, regarding the fair market value and fair market rent of City of Las Vegas owned vacant real property, and based on the appraisal report of June 16th, 2025 by Southwest Property Consultants, Inc., in anticipation of a ground lease with Moki Holdings LLC for the development of a hotel project to be located at 1929 and 2021 West Charleston Boulevard. Should I read the other one as well, or take this one? Okay, I'll read this one too. Related item number 43, R-56-2025, discussion for possible action regarding a resolution finding the ground lease agreement between the City of Las Vegas and Moki Holdings, LLC, regarding certain real property comprised of approximately 0.54 acres, commonly known as 2001 West Charleston Boulevard, 1105 Payer Drive, and 1106 Westwood Drive, concerning the need for a construction staging site and parking lot to service this development of a hotel project, and it is in the best interest of the public. These items are in Ward 1. Mr. Knutson. Item 39 is a public hearing, which I now declare open. Ms. Babsky.
Good morning, Mayor. Good morning, City Council members. Dina Babsky, Director of Economic and Urban Development, and with me here today at the podium is Mr. John Mulkey. He is he's representing the other party to the lease agreement. Welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Babsky. My name is John Mulkey. I'm the manager of Mulkey Holdings, who is the prospective tenant in this lease with the city. We are envisioning the development of a Hilton-branded Home 2 Suites on the site outlined in the yellow on this chart here. Your parcel, the city's parcel, RTC is involved, is absolutely essential for us to have enough supplemental parking to support 130, maybe 135 room hotel extended stay project. I would like to thank you, the mayor and the city council, for considering my project here today, and also the staff for their very hard work on what was a bit of a nuanced ground lease that is for your review today. Like I mentioned earlier, Home 2 Suites we think is a product that's appropriate for this burgeoning corridor, the hot medical district. We're very proud of what's been done there. There's a lot of momentum. Without this supplemental parking, which we think will add another 50 to 52 parking spots for the 130-room hotel, this project would not be able to get off the ground. We have spoken with mostly our business neighbors to the north. They're all very supportive of the project. Some of them send hotel demand very far away from this area. We hope to keep them a lot closer, possibly reduce traffic with less need for cars, rental cars, when they come to town. Yeah, I think that's all I had today. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you so much for being here. Ms. Babsky, is there anything you would like to add to the presentation?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Mulkey. I would like to actually go over some of the terms and a little background on the parcels. As you see on the map right here, the red arrows is what's pointing to the parcels that are actually the remnants from the Charleston Complete Streets projects, and they were purchased back then with the RTC's allocation to the city. So with that said, any proceeds from the lease are going to be put back into that fund. So the city will then essentially kind of start replenishing the RTC allocation to the city to do more work on the roadways. The lease term is 7 years with 2 options, 5 years each, and it will commence when the developer is ready to start construction, which is currently estimated on June 30th, 2027. The lease rate is set at $4,000 per month, and again, as I mentioned, all of that funding, or all of those funds, will go back into the city's allocation from the RTC. In the vicinity, the site is right across from the main UMC campus. So again, our vision is that this hotel is going to serve as, to help us bring in traveling nurses, families, anybody who need to visit UMC and the medical district in general. And the point I wanted to make, this is a first hotel that is going to go into the core medical district. We do have our Marriott and Symphony Park, which is considered part of the medical district as well, but it is very exciting that this particular project is going to be the very first one, and we hope to have more in the future. What you see in front of you, the yellow building, is the DeBella Flower Shop, and that was on the first map that you saw. That's the properties that the developer is acquiring and where the hotel is going to be constructed on. So, John, would you like to provide a little more information on the actual hotel itself?
Sure. This is a stock rendering of a home 2 suites. I'm sure many of you have seen others in the Las Vegas Valley as well as around the country. It's a solid up-and-coming product, extended stay focused. Our entrance to the hotel or the portico share there will be on the south side of the building. So picture that. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Yeah, that's a general site plan that we have mocked up with 74 surface spots on the parcel. The additional 50 or 52 spots will be across Payhor on the city's parcel, which is the subject of the ground lease today.
Thank you so much. Is there anybody else wishing to speak? This is a public hearing. If not, I will close the public hearing. Are there any questions or comments from the council members? Seeing none, no action is required on item 39. Is there a motion on related item 43? Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you very much, Mayor. And this is 6 years in the making, so I want to thank Mike Jansen. I know you've been absolutely critical on this, and Dina and your team. And for the development team that's brought this forward, this is absolutely critical for the future success of UMC. You called it the hot medical district, so I'm just going to take that and run with it. I appreciate that. A hotel next to a hospital makes a lot of sense, especially if you're spending a lot of time in a hospital. So I'm very, very, very grateful that you're bringing a hotel project into the medical district. One request is on Payhor Drive, there's 8 homes, 8 people, 8 families that live there, and I made a commitment to them 6 years ago when I rezoned the property that I would keep them up to date. As you go forward in your plans, if you could let me know how things are progressing and send a picture every now and then. I'm going to walk door to door just like I did 6 years ago and tell them that the nature of their neighborhood is changing, but it is for the greater good of Las Vegas and for the greater good of the hot medical district. So with that, Madam Mayor, I'm going to move to approve item 43 with appreciation.
Shall we vote? Please post. Motion carries. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Agenda item 41. This is administrative. Discussion for possible action regarding the approval of a property acquisition agreement for the Upper Las Vegas Wash with Monument Hills Partners, LLC.
I'm going to do first, please.
Oh. I am so sorry. It was attached to the other item. This is agenda item 40 and 44. They will be heard together. Item 40, it's a public hearing regarding the fair market value of the City of Las Vegas owned parking garage located, how could I miss this one, Yoshi? Good heavens. Parking garage located underneath the Neonopolis Retail Center based on the appraisal report of March 28th, 2025 by by Valbridge Property Advisors in anticipation of the sale of 2.75 acres located at 450 Fremont Street. Item 44, R-57-2025, discussion for possible action regarding a resolution authorizing the purchase and sale agreement and joint escrow instructions between the City of Las Vegas and Panther Acquisitions LLC regarding the Neonopolis parking garage located at 450 Fremont Street for the purpose of economic development without first offering it to the public and for less than fair market value for the development, maintenance, parking capabilities, and best interests of the citizens of Las Vegas. These items are in Ward 5, Ms. Summers Armstrong. Item 40 is a public hearing, which I now declare open. Ms. Babsky.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, City Council members. Dina Babsky, Director of Economic and Urban Development for the city, and I'd like to welcome our long-term partners and guests here today is Mr. John Curran and Mr. John Tippins. John and John, welcome. What we're bringing for your consideration today is a purchase and sale agreement of a city asset that is well-known in downtown, and I'm sure all of us have had a chance to visit, park, and spend some time in that particular garage. With that said, I wanted to provide a little bit of background. It is located at 450 East Fremont Street. It is a subterranean garage under the Neonopolis Mall. Back in the late 90s, the city entered into a disposition and development agreement to construct the garage, so you can imagine we've had it for a few decades. And we have managed it successfully. It has definitely served its original purpose, after which the city essentially wanted to achieve is for the redevelopment of downtown Las Vegas. As you can see here, obviously we know that it is on the northeast corner of the Fremont Street, so there's a lot of visitation and traffic coming into the garage to support that area. And again, there's so many opportunities currently in downtown that, this particular garage is definitely going to serve very well under the new ownership and management to continue to promote economic development for downtown. So the purchase and sale agreement, as you may have mentioned, the garage appraised at $10,030,000. The purchase and sale agreement is currently for $9,718,472. With that said, within 24 months, the buyers will be attempting to appeal the current appraised value with the assessor's office or the county, and if they are in fact successful, then they will transfer additional funding to the city, roughly around up to $300,000, depending on what that new assessed value is going to be with the assessor. If all approved today, we have a 75-day escrow period consisting of 45-day due diligence and a 30-day closing period. So these are the deal terms, but before I give the word over to Mr. Curran and Mr. Tippins, I would be remiss not to thank Mr. Rohit Joshi. He has been an incredible partner for many, many years. He's our neighbor on top of the garage, so the relationship has been amazing, and I would like to take a moment to thank you for the partnership. All right, with that, I'd like to give the word over to you, gentlemen.
Good morning, Madam Mayor, members of council. For the record, John Curran, 10801 West Charleston, here on behalf of Panther Acquisitions. First, just got to shout out Dina and her entire team. As always, just a pleasure to work through. A little bit of a complicated deal in some ways, but we're able to work together through those nuances and come out with an equitable outcome that works for everybody. Mr. Tippins and I have had a long involvement in this neighborhood, Fremont East and surrounding area. We understand some of the headwinds the area is facing, but remain long-term bullish and optimistic about the future growth and opportunities nearby. So controlling this garage will facilitate and enable some of those growth opportunities, and we're really excited about the deal and excited to move this forward. So with that, happy to answer any questions. Otherwise, respectfully request your vote for approval.
Thank you so much and welcome. Happy to see you. This is a public hearing. Does anybody else wish to speak on this issue? Mr. Yoshi.
I'm Rick Joshi of Neonopolis 450 Fremont Street. Mayor Shirley Berkeley and also Chandra. Nice seeing you here and all the council members. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. This is my first time in front of Shirley Berkeley, so thank you. My 25 tenants at Neonopolis also thank the entire staff. Mike has been fantastic, you too as well. and they've helped me immensely on the parking garage. I welcome investments in downtown as well as at Neonapolis, and as such, I thank John and John to come into Neonapolis in the parking garage and put their good money into the good project and see if we can all succeed in downtown. The purchase and sale agreement doesn't address some of the recorded and unrecorded agreements between city and Neonapolis. I just want you to know. So I'm here to put it on record that such should be resolved between the buyer and the seller and us as Neonapolis. Parking garage reciprocal easement agreement has been recorded, but some others are not recorded. Validations, passes for the tenants, and other issues of infrastructure requires review and buyers of garage in the city. So we'll work with them to get this thing resolved, but we are very, very happy to have John and John come into this project. I've known them for years, very good people. It'll be fantastic to have it for downtown in Las Vegas. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Is there anybody else wishing to speak on this item?
Is this item 40?
Yes, it is. 40 and 44.
It's 40 and 44?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Dina, how you doing?
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Eric Melchizedek Christ Nimrod. By the way, I'm glad you're back, Mayor.
Thank you.
Missed you last time, you know, and peace be within your walls and prosperity in your palaces, city. Okay, what I'd like to know is, why is this, how would selling this below market price be a boon to we, the citizens of Las Vegas?
Ms. Babsky, would you like to explain the art of this deal?
Absolutely, thank you. Thank you so much. Dina Babsky, Director of Economic and Urban Development. As I mentioned in the deal terms, once the appraised value or the assessed value is appealed with the assessor's office, that's when essentially the additional funding will bring it back up to the market value.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for your inquiry. I am going to be closing the public hearing. Are there any questions or comments from the City Council? Yes.
Thank you, Mayor. Just one quick question as a visitor to Fremont East and downtown who parks at Neonapolis. What will the parking changes look like? If you know.
Still working through that. We've talked to a number of operators, a lot of great ideas. We're still sort of brainstorming. We've got the 75-day period to really hone in on all of those things, but generally want to contain, generally want to ensure adequate, safe, clean parking for the surrounding neighborhood, and yeah, working through what the exact changes might be.
Does that answer your question? All righty. No action is required on item 40, but is there a motion on related item 44? Councilwoman Summers Armstrong.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and thank you, Mr. Tippins, and I'm sorry, your last name.
Mr. Curran.
Curran, thank you so much for working with us on this. We appreciate it. Thank you, Dina, always for your hard work, and I move for approval.
All right. Shall we vote? Please post. Motion is carried. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, agenda item 41. Discussion for possible action regarding the approval of a property acquisition agreement for the Upper Las Vegas Wash with Monument Hills Partners LLC for the sale of 939.52 acres of land in the Northwest Las Vegas, in Northwest Las Vegas, located east of U.S. Highway 95 and north of Moccasin Road, Ward 6. Ms. Bruni. Oh, welcome, City Manager.
Good morning, Mayor Berkeley, members of City Council, Mike Jansen, City Manager. Let me get this presentation rolling for you on this item. I'd like to just start off just to give you all a little bit of a location understanding of where we are. We are at the northern end of the city of Las Vegas limits, and this exhibit you see here just gives you try to orientate you the land that we're going to be talking about today. What you'll see at the bottom of the page is the US 95/I-11 Kyle Canyon interchange. Just to the east of that, you'll see one of our newest neighborhoods that are really coming out of the ground really fast. That is the Sunstone development by Lennar. Just east of that is one of the major roadways that serves this area, that's Sky Canyon Park Drive. And you'll see on the north side of that roadway is a piece of property that measures just under 940 acres of land. And we're going to talk a little bit about what that development plan looks like and the exact shape of the parcel. It's a unique shaped parcel. Immediately to the west is the Paiute Tribe's Snow Mountain Golf Course and land holdings. And then immediately to the east is a very unique piece of property, very large piece of property. It's a 22,650 acre Tule Springs Fossil Beds National Monument that was established back in 2014. A real great jewel for our community and visitors to experience all that is in that Fossil Beds National Monument. And so again, just want to make sure you understand the location that we're talking about. I'm going to move into the conceptual master plan that we have been working very diligently with the Olympia Group, and this is the plan as it stood just last month. It's very, very close to final in terms of all the details that we've been trying to capture in the final plan. And the piece that I wanted to highlight for you all is this development would ultimately, as proposed, include 6,000 housing units. And a very unique factor of this development, something that's never been done before that I can think of in Southern Nevada, it would be a subdivision that includes military housing specifically for Creech Air Force Base, Nellis Air Force Base, active duty members of the military. And that was really a cornerstone of the original vision of trying to do this project. Was we need to support our military, and as you all know, Creech is such a big part of our national, international military operations, and having housing for those officers and soldiers that are all based out of Creech is something that's desperately needed. So again, we're not here today to talk about entitlements at all. As you'll see in the next slide, I'm going to walk you through what that schedule looks like, but I wanted you to understand that ultimately, if this land transaction goes through, this is the type of plan that we'll be bringing back to you for the entitlement part. I think it's worth taking a moment to understand how did we get here, because this particular method of delivery is something that had not been done before. It started back in 2018 with our former city manager, Deputy Betsy Fretwell, who was our city manager at the time in 2018, and she reached out to the Bureau of Land Management and said, hey, we think that this area with the Fossil Beds National Monument to the east and with the Paiute Tribe holdings to the west, we really want to be careful with how this is developed, but we also want to support Creech and do a lot of things that just made this a unique piece of property. And so in 2019, Olympia Companies was selected by the City Council through an RFP to be the city's development partner on this project. And then the calendar turned to 2020, and we all know what happened. We got caught in the midst of the COVID pandemic, and what I would tell you is throughout that pandemic, I remember sitting in all the meetings when we were navigating the challenges of COVID, and it's fair to say the city and Olympia team, we persevered through all of those issues to keep moving this development plan forward with all of the federal agencies and local agencies that were involved and other interested parties. What that led to was a BLM appraisal for the property of $94 million. That occurred on September 23rd of 2022. The next major step is BLM has a very specialized process to do a transaction like this. They do a lot of public outreach, and so you'll see there the transaction requirements and public comments. That was about a 3-year period up until July 21st of 2025. So just a few weeks ago, we received a formal letter from the BLM that was allowing the purchase of this property to move forward. And today is a significant step in this process, and that is the purchase agreement that is before you today for your consideration. I mentioned earlier today, we're not here to talk about entitlements. That will be occurring with the Olympia team and our staff, Planning Commission, City Council, all through this month, and November is what we have projected for the entitlement process to be going forward. So with that background, I want to just take you through really the meat of this item. And so again, this is a purchase agreement for the Upper Las Vegas Wash property with Monument Hills Partners, LLC. That is a subsidiary related with the Olympia companies. And here's a couple of the key points of the item that's before you. This purchase agreement, it's going to provide for the purchase of 939.52 acres of BLM land through a direct sale agreement for $94 million. That averages out to a little over $100,000 an acre. And I want to point out exactly how the BLM valued each acre is not known directly by us, because what was unique about this delivery, they were able to see the proposed development plan and take into account land that would be set aside for schools, for parks, for infrastructure, for roadways, not something that normally happens through a regular auction. And so that allowed the BLM to look at this with a little bit of a different lens. So exactly what the methodology they use per acre, we don't know, but the average came out to a little over $100,000 an acre. The method of delivery of how this transaction would occur, it would be a double escrow, where essentially the BLM would sell the land to the city. We'd own it for just a few seconds, and then it would be sold to Monument Hills Partners. 100% of all costs for this acquisition would be by Monument Hills Partners. That's including the closing costs, the non-refundable deposit, et cetera. Speaking of the non-refundable deposit, that's the next very significant date in front of us. An $18.8 million non-refundable deposit is due on August 20th to preserve the BLM direct sale opportunity. The balance, $75.2 million, is due on or before February 16th, 2026. And before I bring up our partner from Olympia Group, I want to just add this note that you see here at the bottom. Just this week, yesterday and as well on Monday, we got some information from the BLM that the Paiute tribe has filed an appeal and a petition for a stay of this land sale. And what I can tell you today is that this could result in us coming back before you with an amendment to this PSA, or it could delay the transaction for some period of time that, as of today, I just can't tell you what that looks like. But with that as the background, I'd very much like to welcome up a longtime partner with the city, Mr. Bob Gronauer. Bob, welcome.
Your Honor, members of the council, Bob Gronauer, 1980 Festival Plaza Drive. I'm here representing Olympia Companies and Mr. Larry Canarelli. So on their behalf, we're happy to be here at this juncture. I want to specifically thank Councilwoman Bruni, Mr. Jansen, and the many staff members that we've been meeting on hourly, or a lot of hours put in on a weekly basis. So we're excited. We're ready to move forward with the PSA with your approval today. We're ready to move forward with the deposit here fairly shortly after the approval of the PSA and continue with this transaction. So we're excited to bring more homes and another fantastic master plan community by the Olympia Companies here to the city of Las Vegas. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Grunauer. Are there any questions or comments from members of the City Council?
Mayor, if I may put something on the record.
Yes, you may.
I just would like, Mr. Grunauer, hello, put on the record that your client acknowledges that, there is opposition to this transaction and that the city has no control over the ability to acquire the land from the BLM, and that the deposit, when paid, may sit with the BLM for a while, and that the city has no liability to your client.
Yes, we understand that. We understand the legal risks that are involved, and we want to move forward with development for the city. That's in the best interest for everybody.
Thank you so much. Is there a motion, Councilwoman Bruni?
Thank you, Mayor. And I do want to echo what Bob shared, that we have been meeting every week for many hours, and I think we've had no fewer than 10 team members in there from the city. So I want to thank Mr. Jansen and the entire team for really working on this project to get to a final product that is very unique and special and brings homes that are much needed, and hopefully an economic driver too that will support continued economic growth in the community. And with that, I will move to approve item 41, the approval of the property acquisition agreement for the Upper Las Vegas Wash with Monument Hills Partner LLC.
Thank you so much. Shall we vote? Please post. Motion passes. Thank you so much. Agenda item 42, discussion for possible action regarding a cooperative agreement between Clark County and the cities of Las Vegas, Boulder City, Henderson, Mesquite, and North Las Vegas to establish the Southern Nevada Council of Governments. All wards are involved. Mr. Valletta. Oh.
Good morning, Mayor, members of the council. Seth Floyd for the record. I'm going to introduce this item, and then Marco has a short presentation to go over what we're doing here. And I was thinking through what my intro would be, and then when the young lady came up here during public comment to speak and did such a wonderful job, I decided I would scrap that one and do a different one. One of the things that I think we all think about from time to time is why we do this job. And a lot of us do this job because we want to see a community that is great today, and more importantly, that is great tomorrow. I know a lot of you have families who are growing up here. I do too. And there are a lot of issues that you face and that we deal with as staff that don't have borders. We have a jurisdiction, but a lot of these issues cross borders, and we can only address them effectively if we do it as a region. So with that, what we have in front of you today is an item that would essentially rebrand the Southern Nevada Regional Planning Coalition, something that's been around for about 30 years, into a council of governments. And I don't want to steal all of Marco's thunder in explaining what that is, but I think the idea and where we're headed with this is that this will be a more effective way to coordinate and collaborate among the local governments in Southern Nevada. Before I turn it over to Marco, I do have one housekeeping item. There, in the agreement that's in your backup, on page 8, there is a missing section reference in section 11F. There should have been a reference to section A. That is, I believe it currently just reads error reference source not found. Not sure how that happened, but when you vote on this, you'll be voting on it with that correct reference to section A. So I just wanted to put that on the record. John, hopefully that satisfies to address what that amendment is. And with that, I'll turn it over to Marco, and then we are happy to answer any questions that you have.
Thank you so much.
Good morning, Mayor and
Morning.
City Council members. Marco Valletta, City of Las Vegas Department of Community Development, for the record. I think to piggyback on Seth's introduction here, I'd like to talk a little bit about the kind of the history and how we got here. This has a saga that spans over decades, but I wanted to do a little bit of framing for you, if you will. Planning from a regional context has been around the state for decades. I think we have a couple good organizations that we can point to in terms of a clear mission, but they have different authorities in what they do. The one that kind of comes to mind is in Northern Nevada, Tahoe Regional Planning Agency. The legendary clarity of Lake Tahoe is owed to them. Their authority really is to protect the environment of Lake Tahoe and really kind of go back to what Mark Twain said, a century and a half ago, that it is the air that angels breathe. And their authority really is to help control development and to protect the environment within the Tahoe Basin. Regional planning has also been picked up in the Reno-Sparks metro area. Truckee Meadows Regional Planning Agency is a statutory agency that oversees a lot of regional issues as well: annexation, infrastructure, housing, development, and they've done that for several decades as well. The offshoot to that has been the Southern Nevada Regional Planning Coalition, and while not nearly as regulatory as Truckee Meadows is, in that they have a regional planning coalition and a regional planning governing board, Southern Nevada Regional Planning Coalition, or SNRPC, is really kind of a flexible organization of the local governments in Southern Nevada as well as the Clark County School District. And really the idea was to provide a framework around a regional plan. And in the early 2000s, they did that. There were a lot of good successes that came out of SNRPC, but when it hit the recession, things kind of died down a little bit. And I would say the vision for SNRPC really kind of slowed to the point where it was looking for something else to help guide it. Without a staff, without an executive director, there really wasn't anything to carry the way until a regional federal planning grant from the HUD, DOT, and EPA came along and help us get a regional plan, which we now know as Southern Nevada Strong. And that federal money, which was administered by the city of Henderson, got us the plan that has been in place and that all the cities have their master plans conform to. It is in the process of being updated right now in 2025, 10 years after the fact. But really it helped guide some regional decisions. It's now being administered by the RTC, and they've done a really good job with that. A lot of study has come along the way. But there's also been some other changes over the last 10 years. We've had a repeal of some of the statutory framework that helped set SNRPC up. There was a change to make SNRPC, or a regional planning coalition, be a permissive entity rather than a required entity. So again, with some of the thought going into like, what is SNRPC going to be in the future, we conducted a little bit of a study. We had Purdue, Marion and Associates take a look at other governance models. And from that, one of the things that came out of it was, well, maybe look at a council of governments. And a council of governments is a little bit different from a regional planning agency. There are a number of models all across the country. Some of them that are listed here. Councilman Knutson's interns did a great job in front of the SNRPC board this last month explaining how COGS work. But really, the idea is that you can have a regional forum come together instead of it being a rigid statutory agency. It could be more voluntary, and you could look at advisory things that the members can look to and adopt. You can collaborate and communicate with each other a little bit more flexibly, and they could be a clearinghouse for information with a scope that's either broad or narrowly focused, depends on what it is. And that's how a lot of COGS across the country operate. We do have regional organizations that have specific missions and specific topics that they cover. Obviously SNWA covers water for us as the purveyor. The Regional Housing Authority looks at affordable housing. A lot of these agencies are set up under a statutory framework or through another form of interlocal at the local level, but there isn't really one singular organization that brings everybody together to talk about some of these issues that cross over jurisdictional lines. So this cooperative agreement that's before you today really is intended to set up a forum for us to look at issues that are regional in nature and identify common solutions that individual jurisdictions can go back and implement themselves. Or if we need to go pursue a grant at a state or a federal level, or if we need to change legislation during a biennial session of the legislature, we can advance a bill draft request, something that we all come together around and say, yes, this makes sense for us as a region. A little bit different from the frameworks of TRPA and Truckee Meadows. So the bottom line here is that these 6 jurisdictions that are listed here would come together on an annual basis, and I'll kind of show you how this might look as this goes forward and is implemented. But to kind of coordinate our service provisions and our responsibility from a regional framework. So there are some general powers that are listed within the agreement, and then administratively, we're going to help facilitate this as the city of Las Vegas and get it started to get it off and running for the first year, hopefully, to get some momentum behind it under this new paradigm. And really, the idea is to provide that forum and study on a regional issue that we all come together and cooperate on to make some change, whatever the topic might be. And that's something that's going to be ultimately up to the elected officials that sit on this COG governing board. So as an example of how this could possibly work, during the first quarter of a year, there would be a determination of what topics we wanted to pursue. Maybe it's housing, maybe it's water, maybe it's economic development. The book is open as to what that might be, but there's consensus that gets developed around that, and then ultimately we can bring together the agencies that are affected or the subject matter experts that are relevant to whatever that issue is, and have them come as a committee to help aid in the study throughout the year. During the second and third quarters would be more data collection and information gathering with updates along the way to the board themselves. What is the issue's impact on individual jurisdictions? There might be presentations from experts from outside of the region or from a national level, or maybe some of those affected agencies might come and provide information on what the issue is. If there's an opportunity for a grant to pursue, or if there's a policy change that is clear that needs to be sought out, we have somebody present some draft legislation that might be enacted as an ordinance or put together as a BDR. Those are the types of things that would happen through the bulk of the year. And then the fourth quarter would be where the final report to the board is, and that's where there's that direction to the individual jurisdictions that are party to this cooperative agreement, go forth and implement. That's that point where there's okay, we think we have a regional solution here, and this is what we're gonna go with. So that is what the Southern Nevada Council of Governments is in a nutshell. And with that, I'll turn it back over to Seth for some final comments.
Thank you, Marco. Seth Floyd again for the record. So timing is important. The reason why we are going first, we would be, if you adopt today, we would be the first jurisdiction to adopt the cooperative agreement. Everyone else will have to. The goal is to get that done by the end of the calendar year. But we have volunteered as part of this rebranding to take on the staffing responsibilities. Under the SNRPC, the county had done that for many years, but we thought it was important that because we believe in this effort and we think it's important that we would staff that. And so we also wanted to be out in front on adopting the agreement. So that's why we're asking you all to consider that today, and we are happy to answer any questions that you have.
Thank you both so very much. Are there any questions or comments from members of the City Council? Oh, yes, Ms. Seaman.
So in other words, we're kind of morphing the Southern Nevada Regional Planning Coalition into this new committee.
Yes, ma'am. So technically, we are actually replacing the SNRPC with this. But if you look at the function, yeah, it's a bit of a merge of SNRPC and a Council of Governments model.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Ms. Diaz?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. As a former SNRPC committee person, it was always very confusing as to what the purpose of the SNRPC was, and it felt like there was no common goals, we're not rowing in the same direction. We just felt really disjointed. Yes, the municipalities that partook would show up, but it just didn't feel like the work was intentional or data-driven or any of the sort. So I'm all for moving in this direction, given that born and raised in Las Vegas, I was an assemblywoman for 4 regular sessions and 4 special, and it becomes really evident and clear when you go to the halls of the legislature how much local municipal governments are speaking to each other or not. And I think that it is important moving forward that we capitalize as much of our brain power, our collective forces. It just helps if we're all rowing in the same direction versus against each other. That's not going to move the needle on many very difficult topics that we are battling here at the local front. So I'm all for this Southern Nevada Council of Governments. I think doing a deep dive into data analyses, bringing subject matter experts to talk to us about potential solutions we can all adopt, because I have neighbors from North Las Vegas, that are my boundaries from my city. So on one side it's me, on the other side is North Las Vegas. On one side it's me, on the other side is Clark County. But our residents don't know that, right? And so I'm getting complaints, they're getting complaints, and it would be nice to have some sound data-based solutions that we can point to that we're all trying to implement and just do things to make things better for the quality of life of our residents. And so we know, like on the tree front, we have so much further to go to combat the heat island effect. We have so many areas that we could really intentionally move the needle on, so that's what makes me super excited that this is going to go to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Councilwoman Polensky.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I try to keep my remarks brief, but thank you, Marco. Thank you, Seth, for all your leadership in this arena. I'm struggling with the COGS acronym in my world.
Bad name.
In the small business world, COGS stand for cost of goods sold, which can kill your profitability and your P&L. So my business mind and my government mind are conflicting with this one, but I'll do my best to adjust. I am, too, very optimistic that we can do some meaningful work together regionally, which has been woefully missing in Southern Nevada for many years. The vehicle has existed, but we haven't done meaningful work. So I'm very committed to doing so and sincerely hoping that we can move forward. MPT is now the chair, and we're going to do great things. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Is there a motion, Mayor Pro Tem?
And thank you, Madam Mayor, and I know there's been an enormous amount of work put into this over decades, but over the last couple of years in particular, grateful for the City of Las Vegas team as well as the teams in all of the participating jurisdictions. And there are implications at the state level for Southern Nevada. There are also implications at the federal level. This is, and if I'm a bureaucrat, a government head, grant reviewers at the federal level look for this kind of collaboration. This makes a huge difference in setting up our infrastructure for bringing in more federal dollars into Southern Nevada. So with that, Madam Mayor, grateful for the support of this council and hopefully the other councils and the commissioners in the other jurisdictions. And I will move to approve item number 42.
Shall we vote? Please post. No rush. Motion passes. Thank you both so much.
Thank you, Mayor.
Agenda item number 45, boards and commissions. Discussion for possible action regarding the appointment of nominee Trish Truesdale to the Ward 2 seat on the Arts Commission. Pauline Lee has resigned and her unexpired term must be filled. Ms. Truesdale is eligible and wishes to serve. Is there a motion, Councilwoman Seaman?
Yes, I move to approve Trish Truesdale for the Ward 2 Arts Commission seat. Thank you.
Shall we vote? Please post. No rush.
No circles. Yes.
Well, oh, yes. The councilwoman has circles. Okay. Please post. Motion carries. Thank you so much. Agenda item 46, discussion for possible action regarding the appointment of the following nominee to the Board of Directors of City of Las Vegas Strong Start Academy Elementary Schools, Inc. Lori McGoy is the YDSI Director's designee to a 2-year term ending August 6, 2027, which is a year from today. This item will appoint Ms. McGoy to replace Terry Semthurst, who will be teaching full-time tutoring and serving on her school site leadership team. While a director's term is 2 years, the bylaws allow for the staggering of terms for the initial board appointed by the city council. If appointed, Ms. McGoy will serve an initial 2-year term ending August 6, 2027. I move to approve this appointment. Shall we vote? Please post. Motion carries. Thank you all so much. Agenda item 47, recommending committee bills eligible for adoption at this meeting. Bill number 2025-28. Councilman Knutson, would you like to have the bill read?
Yes, Mayor.
Yes, Mayor. Bill number 2025-28, First Amendment, an ordinance to amend LVMC Title 11, Chapter 40 by adding various provisions related to the use of electric bicycles and electric scooters, including penalties for violations of certain provisions of Title 11, to amend LVMC Title 13, Chapter 36, Section 20, by adding various provisions related to the use of electric bicycles and electric scooters in parks, recreational facilities, and recreational trails, and adding various penalties for violations of certain provisions of Title 13, and to provide for other related matters.
Thank you very much, and with appreciation to Councilwoman Bruni for allowing me to obey it for 2 weeks to do my due diligence, I will move to approve. And I believe there was an amendment at the recommending committee. Do we need to state that now?
I identified it as the First Amendment.
Perfect, thank you.
All
With the
righty,
First
please
Amendment.
vote. Post. Motion carries. Thank you so much. Agenda item 48
Stricken.
has been stricken.
So it has 49.
Okay, agendas item 48 and 49 have been stricken. Agenda item 52, new bills. Items 52 through 54, bills 20...
We got 50 and 51.
Do I get rid of that? I don't have it. Have they been paid?
No.
I don't have it.
Well, you're looking to read something.
You have to read something. All right. Go ahead, Mr. Knutson.
Madam Mayor, with your permission, items 48 and 49, bills number 2025-13 and 2025-14 were stricken earlier in the meeting. Items 50 and 51, bills 2025-29 and 2025-30 will be heard at a later meeting.
Okay, so,
Now we're on new bills.
okay, we will not be voting on agenda item 51. All righty. Agenda item 52, new bills. Items 52 through 54, bills 2025-31 through 2025-33 will be heard at the recommending committee meeting on Monday, August 18th, 2025. City Attorney, will you read the new bills?
Yes, Mayor. Bill number 2025-31, an ordinance creating the City of Las Vegas, Nevada Special Improvement District number 819, Summerlin Village 30A, ordering a street project, a storm sewer project, a sanitary sewer project, a drainage project, and a water project within the City of Las Vegas, Nevada, and providing other matters related thereto. Bill number 2025-32, an ordinance concerning the City of Las Vegas, Nevada, Special Improvement District number 819, Summerlin Village 30A, assessing the cost of local improvements against the assessable property benefited by the local improvements and providing other matters related thereto. Bill number 2025-33, an ordinance authorizing the issuance and sale by the city of its Special Improvement District number 819, Summerlin Village 30A, local improvement bonds, Series 2025, approving the form of certain documents with respect to such bonds, ratifying actions taken by city officers toward the issuance of such bonds, and providing other matters related thereto.
Thank you. New bills 2025-31 through 2025-33 are assigned to the August 18th, 2025 recommending committee members, Councilman Knutson and Councilwoman Seaman and Polensky. If any so designated are unable to attend, the clerk's office will coordinate finding substitutes as necessary at my direction, and I thank you. Agenda item number 55. Item numbers 55 through 58C are on the consent agenda, but items 58A through 58C were held in abeyance earlier in the meeting. Remaining items 55 through 57 are considered to be routine and are recommended for approval by the Department of Community Development. Mayor Pro Tem, may I have a motion to approve this consent agenda?
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Please vote.
Nothing's popping up.
Aye. Aye. Motion passes. Thank you so much. Agenda item 59 was tabled earlier in the meeting. Agenda item 60 was tabled earlier in the meeting. Item 61, this item was held in abeyance to the September 3rd City Council meeting. Agenda item 62, item is held in abeyance to the September 3rd City Council meeting. Agenda item 63, report by Tanya Kremble, Purchasing and Contracts Manager, regarding use of the emergency procurement procedure for repairs to the Las Vegas Fire and Rescue Fleet Garage located at 3140 East Bonanza Road, Human Resources Department, not to exceed $500,000, Internal Services Fund, Liability Insurance and Property Damage. This is Ward 3, Ms. Diaz. Ms. Kemble.
Thank you very much. I'm Tanya Kemble, Purchasing and Contracts Manager for the record. On July 1st, there was a big rain and windstorm that did a significant amount of damage to the roof and the roll-up doors at our Las Vegas Fire and Rescue Garage, which is located at 3140 East Bonanza Road. The timing is never convenient, but the timing of this was especially crucial because it happened on the evening of July 1st, July 4th being Friday, which was a holiday, which is also a very, very busy time for our fire and rescue team. This garage houses very expensive and important equipment that we want to make sure is always in good working order so we can respond to our community. Nevada revised statutes have standard procurement processes that require multiple quotes and/or a formal sealed bid when we're doing procurements. NRS also recognizes that sometimes there are times when competitive bidding can be exempted, and one of those is in the case of emergency, and that is allowed both under NRS 332, which governs the purchase of goods and services, and NRS 338, which covers public works and construction. The city also has a corresponding policy, which is FN 601, which details the emergency procurements policy and procedure. Per the policy, an emergency is defined as an incident that results from the occurrence of a disaster, including fire, flood, hurricane, riot, power outage, or disease. The mayor, city manager, or other authorized representative can make the determination that an emergency exists. City staff is required to provide a report to the City Council to identify any emergency procurements at its next regularly scheduled meeting. Part of the requirement is that the impacted department needs to make a declaration and express a request for emergency procurement. That was satisfied by a letter from Fire Chief Fernando Gray documenting what needed to happen. All of the facts were taken forward to City Manager Mike Jansen, who was in support of declaring the emergency and going forward with the emergency procurement. I went ahead and initiated these procurement procedures, and we progressed from there. The City Department of Public Works really jumped into action early on this as soon as the damage was reported. They looked for qualified contractors who would be able to do this work and started getting quotes. Overall, the estimated repair work is scheduled to be about $500,000. I'm going to specifically talk about just two of the vendors that were awarded because these are the only two that rose to the level of an emergency procurement. Anything else that was done under standard processes because it was below the dollar threshold. Crawford Door Sales of Nevada was awarded $54,807, and this was for the emergency repairs and some replacements to the roll-up doors. Commercial Roofers Incorporated was awarded $406,652, and again, this was for some immediate waterproofing and repairs, and also for a full replacement of that roof. Do you have any questions for me?
Does anybody on the City Council have any questions? Thank you so much. This was a report only. No action is required. We'll move on to item 64. Set date on any appeals filed or required public hearings. I would instruct the city clerk to set the public hearing dates and appeals from the City Planning Commission meetings in dangerous buildings or nuisance litter abatements. Thank you so much. Agenda item 65, citizens' participation. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within the jurisdiction of the City Council. No subject may be acted upon by the City Council unless that subject is on the agenda and is scheduled for action. If you wish to be heard, come to the podium, give your name for the record. The amount of discussion on any single item, as well as the amount of time of any single speaker is allowed, may be limited. It will be limited to 2 minutes. This is your opportunity to address the council, but the council is not able to respond or engage in dialogue. Are there any members of the public who wish to speak under this portion of the agenda?
Yes, Mayor.
Sir. Please state your name for the record.
Beloved Mayor Shelley, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
Great council, I'm glad you're here too. My name is Eric Melchizedek.
And we're glad you're here too.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
My name is Eric Melchizedek Christ Nimrod. You can find Christ in the, you can find my twin brother Christ in the Gospels being betrayed by being kissed, the kiss of Judas in the Gospels. A poor mincer can make a mouse out of a man. Okay. You, the city council, is grand. You make the city of Las Vegas the talk of the land. Thank you for your dedication.
Thank you for your rhyming. It's very good. All right. Ms. Francis, would you look at your text for a minute? Is there anybody else that would like to address the City Council at this time?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm sure she's out there watching, but our very own Sabre Smith Newby is in Palo Alto, California at Stanford University Hospital. She had a brain tumor removed from near the pituitary gland in the back of her head and is recovering well. She's been discharged from the hospital and is convalescing in a hotel room right now. We want to send her our best regards. I think she'll be back sometime in Southern Nevada, potentially next week. We love you, Sabra. We're rooting for you. Lots of prayers back home. Get well soon and come back only when you're ready.
And I think we all say that our heads and hearts are with her right now and very excited for a full recovery and a rapid return. Agenda item 66, council emerging issues. Discussion regarding potential items for future city council agendas. This is for all wards. Any discussion must be limited to whether or not such proposed items shall be placed on a future agenda, and no discussion regarding the substance of any such proposed topic shall occur. No action shall be taken. Do any members of the council have any topics that they would like to bring forward under this item? Seeing none, I thank you so much. And now we've come to my favorite part of the agenda, agenda item 67, council members' recognition. Comments made by individual city council members during this portion of the agenda shall not be acted upon by the city council unless that subject is on the agenda and scheduled for action. Ms. Summers Armstrong, would you care to start us off?
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and thanks to whoever brought the beautiful plant and the additional confetti, which is in my favorite colorway.
We all wish you a very happy birthday.
Thank you very much. It has been beautiful. My granddaughter was here yesterday at City Hall for the first time and got to meet staff who put on a wonderful impromptu celebration for my birthday. I'm getting old, y'all, but I'm excited to be here. All right, so on August the 6th, we had the Las Vegas Municipal Court held its Youth Offenders Court graduation ceremony. Judge Wolfson presided. I was honored to give certificates of recognition to the 5 young people pictured here who successfully completed their 2-year program. Over the course of their journeys, they completed drug counseling, earned their GEDs or diplomas, secured employment, and fostered relationships with their families and friends. Although their roads were not easy, they kept moving towards their redemption and a better, brighter future. We stand with these individuals as a community, and we're very, very proud of their achievements. And just special thanks to Judge Wolfson. She did a wonderful job, built some wonderful relationships, and created an environment where these folks really felt that they were heard and seen. And I'm so proud of their accomplishment. Later that day, July 17th, at the Martin Luther King statue in North Las Vegas, which is just over the other side, the north side of Cary, we had a wonderful John Lewis Day proclamation presentation. This day has been put together to honor Congressman John Lewis. The National Action Network and Indivisible Las Vegas put this together. We had representatives from Congressman Horsford's office who was here this morning, Senator Cortez Masto, Senator Jackie Rosen, and Commissioner McCurdy was also in attendance. John Lewis was a staunch activist and dedicated civil servant who fought tirelessly for voting rights. He was an advocate of getting into good trouble, and his legacy inspires all of us to be active members of our government and to remain steadfast in the fight against injustice. On July 26th, my special assistants, Julius Lightfoot and Aura Ortiz, represented our office at the Doolittle Back to School Fair. The day was filled with music and fun, and we were able to hand out school supplies and resources and information about resources with other communities partners who also supported that event. Also on July 26th, later that day, Julius Lightfoot is one busy guy. He presented a certificate of appreciation to Dr. Marsha Robinson and the staff at the West Las Vegas Arts Center, staff actually and volunteers, for their dedicated service in fostering the community's future visionaries, creatives, and performers. The West Las Vegas Arts Center's commitment to excellence in arts education makes it an integral part of our community, and we are honored to have them in Ward 5. And I just like to say that my children, sons, who the oldest is 37 and the youngest is 23, all went through the summer program there and are better people for it. On July 31st, my staff also attended and represented our office at the Southern Nevada Regional Housing Authority's groundbreaking event in honor of the Senator Joseph M. Neal Jr. Apartments groundbreaking. As many of you know, Senator Joe Neal was a staunch advocate for our community in the Nevada State Legislature. I think he was there over 30 years. His daughter, Senator Dina Neal, is pictured, and she spoke on behalf of her family and their legacy here in our state. And we were just really happy to be there. And this was also attended by Mayor Pamela Goins of North Las Vegas and many others, just to honor the legacy of Senator Joseph Neal, and to be encouraged that we have more affordable housing being built in our community. On August 4th, the Southern Nevada Regional Housing Authority had a block party saying farewell to the old Marble Manor and hello to the revitalization in our community. Thank you, Mayor Shelley Berkeley, for being there. We looked very cute in the sunshine in our summer colors. We had lots of community folks show up. It was a beautiful event, and I think people are really encouraged and excited for this new development that is going to go right at Martin Luther King and McWilliams. We need this in our community, and I'm excited to be a part of it. We have some upcoming events still. We have a back to school event on Saturday the 9th with the Sigmas. Phi Beta Sigma fraternity is hosting an event at Matt Kelly Elementary School. The mayor was invited too, but I'm gonna be there on her behalf. And it's right there in Ward 5 at Matt Kelly. On the 2nd, August 2nd to the 9th, we've got free haircuts The Raiders are putting something on, so please, if you need, parents, if you need to get your kids tightened up, as we say in the neighborhood, their hair and their haircuts, please go on over to Expertise, which is right there on Stella Lake, next to Grits, and take advantage of that so your babies can be beautiful and have a lot of confidence the first day of school. Nevada Women in Trades is having some helping reentry and veterans get prepared to work in the trades. And this is very important as Marble Manor is being redeveloped. We must have a workforce and would love to have them come from the community. So please take a look at this, call them, and get trained if you're interested in being in the trades. Next, we have Just One Project is having a pop-up on the 16th. These are the locations. Please, folks, if you need a food support, please. These folks do a beautiful job and a respectful job, and the food is beautiful. And so please, if you need anything, please participate. And finally, oh, not finally, AmeriCorps, next one. We are trying to get folks to sign up for AmeriCorps. Here's some information about that. We need you. You are doing, folks doing AmeriCorps are supporting our schools. We need you, so please sign up for AmeriCorps. All right, we got this last minute, but I'm so excited about it. Nevada Energy is working with United Way to help folks 62 years and older with their electric bills. Please reach out to them for assistance. We don't want anybody's power off or you not running your air in the summer when it is still very, very hot. So please reach out to United Way or Nevada Energy to get assistance if you need it. And finally, we still need to watch our weight and our summer eating, all this good barbecue. And if you want to come out and pull off a little weight or just get your kids active, we've got Greenball at Lorenzi Park. It's a beautiful location. They love to see us out there. They even have some stuff for parents. So get out there and hit the ball. You'll see me out there in the next couple of weeks. And that's all. Oh, and my staff. Last but not least, my folks are available Monday through Thursday to help anyone in the community who may need it. Our number is 702-229-5443. Please reach out to us. We will respond. And thank you, Mayor.
Thank you so much. And as you know, I have a conflict on August 9th, so I can't join you at Matt Kelly Elementary, but I'm sending the best of me. My son and daughter-in-law will be joining you so they can help give out all of the back-to-school items that we're planning to give out that night.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. Sorry I can't be there. Ms. Polensky, would you care to share with us what you've been doing?
It's been busy in Ward 4. Thank you, Madam Mayor. I had a great time attending the Buck Bedard Outdoor Foundation fundraiser banquet on July 19th. This event supports their mission of introducing, educating, and involving veterans, first responders, and kids with outdoor activities and adventures for a positive impact. I was able to present them with a proclamation from all of us for their efforts to bring the community of Southern Nevada together. On June 21st, Councilwoman Diaz and I participated in the JAG review meeting in County Commission chambers. We heard presentations for the fiscal year 2025 Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistant Grant applications. I'm grateful to everyone who participated in this process. It was a pleasure to listen to presentations from all our nonprofit applicants. And just as a reminder, we have over $4 million in requests, yet only $800,000 to distribute. The need out there is great, and the resources are few. I look forward to working with Councilwoman Diaz to ensure the proper decisions are made on where funding goes. Next up, Cimarron Rose Community Center is located in Ward 4 and is hosting a variety of activities for children. On Tuesdays, they are beginning to offer beginner's chess. That's for ages 6 to 12. Wednesdays will feature a Messy Hands art class for children's 4 and 5. Thursdays, they offer junior Picasso art classes for children's age 5 to 9. For more information, please contact Cimarron Rose Memorial Community Center at 702-229-1607. I'd also like to wish our students of the City of Las Vegas best of luck as they begin a new school year on Monday, August 11th. Get your butts in the seats and learn, folks. That's what you're there to do. Next up, please take a moment to look at these faces on the slide. 13 children are missing from our community. If you recognize any of them or have any information that could help, please contact LVMPD Missing Person Detail at 702-828-3111. Even the smallest tip can make a real difference. And if you're a runaway youth or know someone who may be at risk, help is available. Call the nationwide Runaway Safety Hotline for confidential support 24/7 at 1-800-786-2929. Lastly, you can stay up to date with me and everything happening in Ward 4 by following me on Facebook, Instagram, X, all the things. We are constantly sharing updates, community news, and upcoming events. Your Ward 4 team is always here to provide any help that we can. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you so much. Mayor Pro Tem, do you have a guest?
Yes, Madam Mayor, thank you very much. I'm going to introduce Chloe to provide my comments for me because I don't like to. But I've had 3 amazing interns this summer. Caleb sitting in the audience, Ayana is studying for her SAT, and Chloe is here to, no, she's not studying for her SAT. She's like the student body president studying for assemblies of some sorts. But Chloe is going to go study for her SATs this afternoon, and she is going to be reading my comments for me today, so I will turn it over to her.
All right. Chloe, break a leg.
Thank you, Mayor and Mayor Pro Tem. My name is Chloe Gregorian. I'm a student at Bishop Gorman. Finish Your Degree Holiday. Today we celebrate Finish Your Degree Holiday, a reminder that it's never too late to go back and complete your education. Over 40 million Americans have college credits but no degree. We want to change that because education opens doors, strengthens families, and builds stronger communities. If you've started college but haven't finished, or know someone who has, now is the time to take that next step. Happening in Ward 1, Story Slam, No Regrets. Regret is a funny thing. It can haunt you, teach you, or even become the punchline of your story. Story Slam, No Regrets dives into the moments we swore we wouldn't regret, the bold choices that shaped us, and the paths we wouldn't change for anything. Whether it's impulsive tattoos, split-second decisions, or leaps of faith gone awry, join us on August 23rd at the Charleston Heights Arts Center for a night of stories celebrating the beauty of imperfection and living life with no regrets. Fire Engine Pushin'. You're invited to join us for a fire engine push-in ceremony at Las Vegas Fire and Rescue Station 5, 1020 Hinson Street on August 26th from 9 to 10 a.m. This time-honored tradition celebrates the arrival of Engine 5, a vital addition to our fleet serving the Ward 1 community. Come be part of this meaningful moment in fire service history. Reaching out to Ward 1. As always, you can reach out to our office via phone call at 702-229-2299 or email Councilman Knudsen directly at bknudsen@lasvegasnevada.gov. Thank you, Mayor and Mayor Pro Tem.
And thank you, Chloe. Very well done. Ms. Diaz.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. It's been quite a happening summer, and you've been joining me at several ribbon cuttings throughout Ward 3. So I just want to highlight some of the businesses that recently opened and are offering amazing service to our community. So as you see, the mayor and I were able to welcome Velvet Vine Wine on Las Vegas Boulevard, and it's an amazing new business that offers coffee, wine, and a small food menu. And you can also purchase beautiful flowers if you are needing to make someone's day extra special. So make sure you check out Velvet Vine Wine on Las Vegas Boulevard. Prowl is now open, and I know that MPT is going to spend a lot of time there because he goes to everything in Ward 3, so he probably already beat me.
But if you're sick, you're coming to Ward 1.
Okay. I've been spending a lot of time with my father in your ward, actually, so unfortunately. But I love seeing the new UMC remodel that has been, and now we don't have to deal with the construction side of it, so it's been so nice to have to be able to just go in quickly. But just on a lighter note, Prowl is now open next to the popular Stray Pirate on Commerce Street, and they offer a delectable selection of cocktails. And for our sports fans, because sports season is coming, you'll be thrilled to learn that there's a new family-friendly sports bar in the Arts District called The Stadium. And Marissa Pretkiss and her amazing team will have amazing brews and food for your favorite game day when you want to go and cheer on your team. So congratulations to all of these business owners on opening their doors, and we wish them much success. We have some highlights with our Las Vegas Fire and Rescue. I was honored to join Fire Station 4 for a push-in ceremony to celebrate the new fire engine that was added there. Thank you to the Las Vegas Fire and Rescue team for their unwavering dedication in keeping our community safe. I heard they had a really busy 4th of July. So this new engine represents our commitment as a city to upgrade our equipment and to make sure that at every moment in time, that commitment to public safety is being upheld and ensuring that our first responders have the tools they need to protect and serve at the highest level. The other picture shows when I went to visit Fire Station 108 in my ward, and I'd like to thank the incredible team there for the warm welcome and really insightful information they shared. We engaged with the fire staff who gave me a deeper understanding of the vital work they do and how they serve our community every day, and also what we need to be thinking about as leaders in as we plan for the future. How are we going to equip our fire team with handling a higher volume of medical emergencies or fire calls? So I am so grateful that we have one of the most amazing fire teams, I think, in the nation. Arts District parking garage. I was so proud to celebrate the momentous occasion of the groundbreaking of the new Arts District parking garage, and while I understand it will pain some folks who use this lot to park, I'm so sorry, but we're gonna add more parking in just a year's time. Super excited that by August 2026, we will see more than 500 parking stalls and some commercial space available for rent to add to the eclectic vibrancy of our Arts District. The project is approximately will include 10,000 square feet of retail space for new business opportunities. So I hope people will start to look into it. And the whole design of the parking garage has public art installation in different points of it. So I hope you guys celebrate with us as you see it going up, and then when it's ready to be used, all of us will be like, yes, we know where we can park. Had a very awesome troop visit, Troop 323, in my office, and they have lots of challenging questions for me. I must admit that we have some bright young leaders in the making, and it makes me proud to be their councilwoman. We had meaningful conversations about the challenges and opportunities facing Ward 3, and I was so inspired by the care and curiosity they shared with me. Thank you, Troop 323, to the parents and to the troop leader for their interest in local government and being so engaged at such a young age. I never had this opportunity when I was growing up, so I think we're in great hands moving forward. We've been busy with back-to-school fairs. More than 1,300 students received essential school supplies at our East Las Vegas Community Center. Expertise Barber School also provided free haircuts, and about close to 100 were offered that day, and refreshing popsicles to help everyone beat the summer heat and the wait outside. We had families lined up since 7:30 in the morning when our fair started at 10. And so the need is great, and I'm just so thankful to the over 50 organizations and companies that joined us to provide this invaluable service to our families and get our kids ready for the first day. I always had butterflies, and I have butterflies for my upcoming freshman going into LVA. So I hope he has an amazing start to his school year. This is not so amazing, but the paint is coming back. We thought we were rid of the cones on Charleston, but they're coming back to a certain section. We just want to advise everyone, starting the first day of school, August 11th, along Charleston between Maryland and Franklin Avenue, work is going to be underway, and I just want to thank everyone ahead of time for their patience. We want you to know so that you can route your commute elsewhere. Just try to avoid the areas that are going to be impacted by construction. And also you can email us at info@charlestonstormdrain.com, because eventually the scope of the work will continue down Charleston. So it's starting at Maryland and Franklin, but it's going to move all the way down from Maryland to Commerce. So just know that traffic will be impacted or impaired heading into the Arts District for a year and a half or more. Learn about the amazing and helpful city resources and services offered by our Department of Neighborhood Services at an upcoming Community Connections presentation at our East Las Vegas Library. It's coming up here on August 13th. Free refreshments are available at the presentations while supplies last. And it's noon to 2 on a Wednesday. And last but not least, save the date. If you have children between the ages of 3 to 5, August 23rd, East Las Vegas Library as well will be hosting 10th annual kickoff to kindergarten. It's a fun and free event and is co-sponsored by the UNR Extension and Las Vegas PBS, and will feature hands-on activities, the UNLV Dental Clinic, and special live performances by Mariachi Perla Tapatia and comedian Adam London. First, 250 families will also receive school supplies, lunch bags, and a social emotional game for free. So make sure you spread the word. And as always, my team and I stand here to help serve your needs. Call us at 702-229-2359 or email us at ward3@lasvegasnevada.gov. Stay safe out there, and I hope that on the first day of school, we're watching our speed as school zones will become activated.
Yes, thank you so much, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Seaman.
Thank you. We had another successful breakfast buzz and Ward 2 biz. It is always a pleasure to connect with the constituents and address their concerns. I enjoyed meeting with the Board of Directors of the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals to discuss their issues and challenges in the Las Vegas real estate market. I had a wonderful time joining my friend Lucio Arancibia at a prestigious 53rd annual induction gala dinner held at the Paris. He was awarded for over 40 years of outstanding service and unwavering dedication to the hospitality industry. We had an incredible time partnering with the National Latino Peace Officers Association for a lively Paws, Pup Cups, and Booties event at Kellogg's Zaire Park. Guests and furry companions enjoyed free cup pups, dog booties, and treats. Beyond the fun, we highlighted an important message: protecting your pets from extreme heat. Doggy booties are crucial from shielding paws from scorching pavement. We had animal protection services out there, and while it was 90 degrees, they tested the pavement. It was about 120 degrees. So we hope we got that message out. We invite you to join us for our monthly Ward 2 Breakfast Buzz, an excellent opportunity to connect with fellow residents, discuss community matters, and hear the latest updates about what's happening in Ward 2. It will be Saturday, August 23rd from 9 to 10 at Veterans Memorial. Meet Eros and Nikki, two wonderful pets hoping to find their forever families. Eros is a 3-year-old, 4-month, and 4-week-old male domestic shorthair weighing about 14 pounds. And Nikki is a 4-month-old female pointer German wirehead mixed breed weighing 19.3 pounds. Each has a unique personality and so much love to give them. Whether you're looking for a calm, affectionate feline or an energetic, playful pup, they are ready to bring joy and comfort and companionship into your life. You can contact the Nevada SPCA for these specific animals, or you can adopt from a local rescue, the Animal Foundation, or the Nevada SPCA. So you can follow us on our, Small Business Saturday, sorry about that. Do you want to get the word out about your Ward 2 business? Contact my office, 702-229-2420. Every Saturday on my social media, we feature a business and we film ahead of time. So we'd love for you to contact us so we can feature your business. If you have any issues or inquiries in Ward 2, please reach out to my office at 702-229-2420, or you can always email us at ward2@lasvegasnevada.gov. And you can follow us on social media if you'd like to stay up to date on what's happening in Ward 2. Be sure to join us on those and stay connected for events, updates, and important community news. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Bruni.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Councilman Alan Polinsky, for your ceremonials this morning. One of the attendees commented that she wished she could start every morning like today because it was such a wonderful reminder of the power of community and how wonderful the place that we call home is. So thank you for that. We spent last month sharing the generosity of our local vendors who donated diapers and hundreds of pounds of pet food, blankets, and toys. We distributed those items to an organization that supports kids in foster care and to several local dog and cat rescues who are helping our furry animals. Special thank you to our own Chief Gray, who saw the heap of donated goods in our office and donated a big bag the very next day. Last month, we celebrated the opening of the Grand Teton Overpass in Ward 6. This new bridge will improve traffic flow and shorten first responders' response times. Congrats to all involved for completing the project early and under budget. I recently met with our city traffic engineer and public works deputy director, Joseph Norby, to discuss the new improvements on Buffalo Drive near Arborview High School. Following the tragic death of Mackenzie Scott, who was hit by a drunk driver, our city team conducted a traffic safety study. As a result, improvements have been made, including pedestrian-activated lights, new signage, and a painted sidewalk. We'll be hosting a press conference and a Flip the Switch event this Friday to highlight all of the new safety enhancements and measures that have been adopted in recent months. Team Bruni attended the Campus for Hope groundbreaking. The campus will include 900 residential beds, on-site services, and over 300 employees to provide sustainable, effective support for our unhoused community members. Last week, I showed my appreciation for the incredible city teams in Public Works, Parks and Rec, and Code Enforcement. They work hard every day, especially during our hot summer months, to keep our neighborhoods clean and our streets safe. To say thank you, I treated them to free snow cones, a treat to help beat the heat. Team Bruni attended the Southern Nevada Regional Housing Authority groundbreaking ceremony for the Joseph M. Neal Jr. apartments in North Las Vegas. These apartments are an important part of addressing our attainable housing needs in Southern Nevada. Last Saturday, we hosted our Splash Back to School Movie by the Pool event in partnership with the Centennial Hills Y. Over 500 little swimmers enjoyed free swimming, free ice cream, youth performances, community vendors, and food trucks. Thanks to the student performers from Somerset Academy Sky Point and Musicology for getting us in the mood for our showing of Sing 2. This week, Team Bruni attended SNARA's Marble Manor pre-demolition celebration and block party in Ward 5, celebrating upcoming renovations to one of our oldest affordable housing communities in Southern Nevada. Marble Manor has tremendous historical importance in our community, has been the home of many, including Ruby Duncan, who have been front and center in fighting for social justice issues. This Saturday, we'll be hosting our first Critters of the Night event on Saturday, August 9th at 7:30 p.m. at Floydland Park. We're pleased to be partnering with the Nevada Department of Wildlife, who will give us a sneak peek into the nocturnal life of some of our local critters. If you have a small business and/or are an inspiring entrepreneur, join us for our small business breakfast next Wednesday, August 13th at 8:30 a.m. at the Centennial Hills Active Adult Center. Please RSVP so we have enough breakfast for everyone. Next Thursday, join us for our monthly Bocaditos with Bruni from 9 to 11 at our satellite office location at the Centennial Hills Y. Finally, as always, we want to hear from you. Please email us at ward6@lasvegasnevada.gov or call us at 229-5463. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Bruni. The August 6th meeting of the City Council is now adjourned.